I am surprised that, just changing my jaw alignment would make such a huge difference. Yes, I do. I feel younger. Neck feels so much better. I have more energy. I would say probably 90 to 95% improvement with my ears, or really almost 100%. Probably the number one symptom is a spasm in my left shoulder that will flare up when I have been spending a lot of time on the computer, and it'll spasm to the point where I will even physically twitch. I've had it happen in class even, where it'll spasm. I'm an English teacher. The shoulder spasms have been going on for noticeably the last 3 years. But I think I've had pain in my shoulders just from carrying stress there, I guess, and typing. I've had it there probably 10 years, but the last 3 years it's gotten worse. So the way I treat it, I have done massage therapy, physical therapy. My husband uses a Theragun on me almost every night. I use topical ointments, over the counter, anything I can do to get it to calm down. I did chiropractic care about 10 years ago, but it was just temporary. It was more for my neck, the chiropractic care. I probably live with a 5. It's uncomfortable most of the time, and then it'll go up to an 8 when it's really bad. Maybe a 10, I guess, when it's spasming, when it really gets irritated. Well, it's been happening a lot more frequently, which is why I called you. But it would usually happen toward like the end of a semester, after I've spent many hours working, and then it'll flare up, or probably like even mid-semester to the end of a semester is when it would flare up, and I'd get it to go back down with massages. And well, it's been irritated more often than not lately. The spasming,
and the pain.
The spasm happens just a little bit. The pain is probably an 8, several times a week. The neck. Okay, so the neck pain has been, this pain right here, runs along here, has been the longest one I've dealt with, and the original reason I went to the chiropractor. And it again would flare up mostly during the school year, and then it has progressively gotten worse. I think about 2016 I did go see my primary care, and I had a scan done, and there was some arthritis. So I've just been treating it with over-the-counter medication, same as the shoulder, massage therapy, topical ointments. Probably been 15 for the neck. That's where it originated, was the neck. The neck pain is constant. It's probably a constant pain of 6. When it flares up, it's a 10. I can hear my neck. It sounds crunchy. It always feels tight. It'll be really irritated in the mornings even. I have trouble sleeping because I can't get comfortable. I've tried different pillows. I've given up on that. I did physical therapy too for the neck, and again, that was a temporary fix. He gave me some stretching exercises to do. I do yoga, and that has helped. But for the most part, it's a constant battle of trying to keep it from flaring and keep it manageable. Weekly, I would say that's a weekly battle. The third one is, headaches. So I get them here and in my eyes, and it comes just around the base, and I'll feel kind of the pressure in my eyes. This I've had forever. I feel like I've had this my whole life. I just call them sinus headaches. I battled allergies and sinus issues growing up. I've had the sinus surgery where I've had my sinuses scraped. I've done immunotherapy with the allergy shot, and to me it was always connected to that. It was always like congestion, pressure, but then in my face. But now since all of that's healed, this has not gone away. So the eye and the headache, those are less noticeable to me, but maybe that's because I've dealt with it for so long, and those usually, they come and go, and they're mostly connected to barometric pressure or sometimes stress too. I did notice I would get them right before I have my glasses, the prescription on my glasses renewed, I would get them really bad headaches. I got relief here, so that relieved this, and then the allergy therapy relieved that somewhat.
But this headache?
But this has not gone away, yeah. Yeah, I would say it's probably, this back here is always probably around a 5. The jaw, this one has been recent, and this is the one that led to the TMJ diagnosis. So about a year and a half ago, I began to feel some jaw pain and told my dentist that I was experiencing jaw pain, and he diagnosed the TMJ. And so I did a round of prednisone, and I did some Botox shots. I did the Botox 3 times. It only lasts about 3 to 3.5 months, and I can tell when it wears off. As soon as it wears off, I'm back to that pain. Yeah, I don't notice it at all. Yeah.
The jaw part?
The jaw, just the jaw.
The rest of it's all?
The rest of it's there.
Okay.
But just the jaw is relieved. It's constant, and it's really it's a 5. And it doesn't really get worse, it's just a constant pain, kind of a tightness, a throbbing, yes, right in here. I can't really tell that one side is more than the other, but it does seem like my left side is always worse than my right. Yes, if I talk a lot, my jaw will be tired. I haven't really noticed it with eating certain foods. It hasn't impacted my ability to eat. But definitely when I talk a lot, and I'm a teacher, so at the end of the day, it'll flare, and it's probably a 7 by the end of the day, and that's when I'm using the lidocaine and anything, I'm rubbing anything on there to get it to go down. I have lived with this pain for so long, and because I'm an English teacher, I felt like, and have been told that posture, you just need better posture, you just, exercise more, if, do physical therapy. And I've tried all of those things, nothing has really worked. So to me, it seems like I'm at the end of the road. I can't imagine what else could be done to fix these problems. Probably a year ago, yes. My trainer at the gym, I told him that I had just recently been diagnosed with TMJ. He gave me your name. I was like, okay, that's fine. But at the time I was doing the Botox, and I felt fine because it would last for 3 months. But it's very expensive, and I just couldn't continue. I couldn't keep that up, and didn't want to keep that up. I mean, I want to find if there's some way. So I finally went back to my trainer and was like, okay, give me that name again, I'm ready. Yes, if this is all connected, and I can get relief from this, it will be life-changing. I feel like I will have more energy. I can't even imagine, because I've lived with it for so long, I can't imagine. Sorry, I can't imagine.
It's okay, it's okay.
I don't even know what it would be like to be normal.
Let's help you get that. Thank you.
And I'm gonna give you a tissue.
I feel so much relief since a week ago, probably like 90%. Neck feels so much better. I have more energy. I am surprised that, just changing my jaw alignment would make such a huge difference. I would say probably 90 to 95% improvement with my ears, or really almost 100%. Any kind of pressure I have in my ears is probably more related to allergies now, but I felt like I could hear so much better. This opened up, even my chest opened up. All of this was just such a dramatic difference from before. Right after you put the orthotic in, I stood up and I was like, this just felt really open for the first time. Yes, I felt like I could get more of a breath, more, I just felt like there wasn't pressure, I guess, which I didn't even know I was experiencing. But yeah, it just felt open. Okay, so the jaw pain, it's about 90% improved too. The joint here, I could feel it would pop, or I'd have to like work to get it to open. That's improved. The pain, which was constant pain unless I would get Botox or something, I always had just this throbbing, that's gone. Even the muscle spasm in my shoulder is gone. That is 100%. I haven't had any muscle spasm, which is unheard of because normally I'm an English teacher, so I'm constantly grading, typing, and that it would flare up, and it took me so long to get through a stack of papers because I'd have to take a break, and I was spending so much time just trying to get that flare up to go down, and I didn't have any of that this last week. So the neck, it's 80% improved. The skeletal part of my neck is fine. I would say it's 100%. I don't hear, it's not cracking. I would hear it crackle. That part is gone. I would say the muscular part is something that's still present, but much improved. Headache, that one I would say is probably between 85–90% improved. And I ended up having a sinus infection, so it's hard to tell because I did end up with a headache. But for the most part, I have not had any kind of, other than when I was experiencing my very beginnings of my sinus infection. After that, I haven't had headaches. So it's probably about like a couple of days, and then the rest, I was fine. So my energy level, I mean, what a huge difference. I would wake up in the morning and it would take everything just to get going. I just felt so sluggish. I was relying on coffee to keep me going through the day, and really just adrenaline most of the time. When you're in front of a classroom of students, I would have to dig deep for the energy, and I just have felt such a difference. I mean, it's been a 90% change. I have, the brain fog has gone. I have more stamina. I feel like I can focus and get a task done. Whereas before I would have to just really, it would just drag out, or I would end up on prednisone, or I'd get a Botox shot to help me have that energy, and then it would go away and I'd be right back to where I started. So but this kind of improvement is even better than the medications. I mean, this is just, I was able to go to the gym 3 times last week because I felt like I had the energy to go. And normally I was just like dragging myself there. I'd make it maybe 1 or 2 times, but I mean, 3 times last week. I was so happy that I had the energy to do that. I had some mild kind of knee ache and lower back, and after the orthotic, that completely went away. So the kind of snap in my knees would crack, and now they don't feel tired like they used to and achy. Yes, I do. I feel younger. A few weeks ago, I was pretty desperate for anything. I would say this was the right choice. I'm so glad I found this place thanks to my trainer at the gym. I thought that I was just gonna have to manage the pain the rest of my life, but this is such a radical change for the better. Yeah, I think so. I feel like every night he would have to use the Theragun on my back. And while I do still have him use it because, I'm still trying not to clench, I'm still working on that, he hasn't had to use it as much.